40 days, day 40. Holy, can't believe we've done it for 40 whole days. 40 of 365 days of daily routines and rituals with me, Carla Marie. Good morning. I'm awake, I'm alive, I'm grateful. It's Monday. Let's do our luminous harmonious. Hey Google, what's today's date? I think it's the 9th of Feb. As they are lifted, you are lifted. Anyone's breakthrough is everyone's breakthrough. When you finally witness a co-worker's success, a friend's financial windfall, a family member fall in love, or even a celebrity in the media living Viva Villa Loca, say to yourself, spot it, you got it. In other words, consider those who appear more accomplished in your life to be your North Star, pointing you towards what is possible for you in your unique expression. As you become more adept at celebrating other people's wins as if they were your own, you become an attractor beam for more good fortune in your life. And when you come into your own success, there will be no need to sabotage or downplay it. When you dedicate your good fortune to inspiring others as you have been inspired, you will light the way for others to live their dreams. I dedicate my windfalls of success to uplifting the world. I love that. It reminds me of when my friends win. And as a single mum for 5-ish years, I struggled. I watched all my friends go on holidays, afford going out for dinner, buying houses, buying cars, buying caravans, buying beautiful clothes, buying jewelry, buying things. It makes me jealous because as a single mum, my money does not go on me. It goes on my household, it goes on my children. And so a lot of those little things that I would have done for myself in those spaces, I don't get to do anymore because mum life, right? And so I would watch my friends go through these wins, and a part of me was like, when is it my turn? Human, we have humanness, feelings and emotions. But what I was doing was hindering myself from moving forward. I was stopping myself from being in that expansion or energy of gratitude, acceptance, vulnerability. And so instead I would get upset, or I would pout a little bit, or whatever the feeling was, right? Because we all get jealous, it's a human condition. But what I've learned to do over the last few years, and this is a big part of something I discovered when I was learning what I loved about myself. And for those who haven't heard this part of my story, when I first started this journey, I created a little list for myself of all the things I love about me, without being a mom, without being a boss, without being all the things of my job description, right? And in that moment, I didn't feel I had any good qualities as a human being. And so instead of writing the list of all the things I love about myself, I wrote a list of all the things I don't love about myself. And that was one of them, being jealous, getting upset. And so I changed that perspective in my mind. I then had a friend around this period of time buy her very first home as a single woman, which instead of being jealous that she had done the impossible, right, in the climate and world that we're living in, instead of sitting in that frequency, I was excited and elated for her. I was like, I was living it with her. I was so happy for her. I was so excited. We would talk about all the things for her, knowing that we get to share that space together and that we helped her create that dream, right? It's pretty fulfilling instead of thinking about what I didn't have. And so I've played with this for quite a while over the last few years of trying to turn those little moments into attitudes of gratitude. So that way I can get out of those lower vibrational energies. Now, another really cool thing you can do in that space, if you find yourself in that vibration often, is write through it, right? So you can write down the who is it, what happened, why does it make you jealous, how did it make you feel, what feelings came forth for you and where did they come from? Was this something from your childhood or your adulthood? You know, is there something that you can change here so you don't feel like that moving forward? So it's just about sitting in those flow spaces and kind of sitting in that space and just saying, like, is this for me? A big one, and this is just coming through because this is not a frequency I sit in, but pregnancy. If you're jealous and wanting to fall pregnant, instead of sitting in that vibration of what you don't have, put yourself in that vibration of I'm where I'm meant to be. When I have learned the lessons I need to learn, I will fall pregnant. And again, we're using affirmations for this, right? So same as that conversation yesterday, we're finding the opposite of what we've got and we're going to turn it into a positive. We're bringing that back to law of attraction. So we're finding the magnets, remember? Negative magnets bring in negative energy, positive magnets bring in positive energy. So we're wanting to attract more positive outcomes by thinking more positively about the situation. And so if we can sit in that space of, I'm so grateful for my friend, I can't wait for this to happen to me and for them to celebrate with this me. Oh my God, this is going to be such an amazing feeling. I can't wait to feel this for myself. That's how we move into the attitude of gratitude. I hope that helps you today. Interesting. We also do a little bit of womb clearing in here if you do sit with struggles with periods. We did it for one of our beautiful girls on here and she's just her little baby. So exciting. Yeah, all the things, right? Okay, let's drop yours in. If you have a man in your life, jump on that link that I posted for Zach's page. He has just posted his first breath awareness session for the men in that group as well. So for anyone who has a male who would like to learn breath and come back to their nervous system in a different way, obviously not the cheering that we get to do every morning, but Zach is running the men's group doing that, and weekly he will be uploading content. All right, let's drop into ourselves, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through your mouth. And the reason why we do that is we actually release carbon monoxide to the brain when you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And what carbon monoxide does is it gives you a little bit of a floaty state. And it is really good for when you are in meditation to get you out of your ego and back into your body. That is a big practice of and part of why a lot of spaces will get you to breathe in through the nose and out through your mouth before you begin a breathwork session or a meditation session, to bring in your nervous system, to release some chemicals in your brain to help your body learn to feel safe. I only know this because when I did diving, we were told not to do it too many times because of how much carbon monoxide you release into your brain. You can give yourself the bends when you're under the water. So, science, right? Fancy stuff. Love it. All right, let's drop in. We're just gonna connect our feet to Mother Earth and imagine those beautiful golden cords coming down from the base of our feet, connecting with Mother Earth and her green earth energy. And while you're sitting here, I just want you to allow your body to soften. Relax your belly, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Allowing the stress to wash away as Mother Earth holds and supports you. And she just draws and removes and cleanses away all negative energies, entities, enemies, thoughts, forms, influences, hexes, curses, spells, psychic attacks and attachments from your mind, your body, your soul, and your energetic field. Remembering you can return to Mother Earth and her energy at any moment of time. And from here, we're just going to wrap our bodies or envelope our bodies in a beautiful bubble of white light energy that is blue, green, and pink to keep us safe and protected on our journey today, to keep us in vibration with our heart, our higher self, and our soul's journey, and to keep us moving forward freely and confidently in alignment with those spaces. We're going to place our energies in a golden suit of armor to ensure that no negative or lower vibrational energies can penetrate any of the healings today. And we ask that those that reflect their negativity towards us see the negative energies that they are reflecting and are shown how to heal through them freely and confidently. We place a golden suit of armor with reflective mirrors around our entire energetic field to ensure that no negative or lower vibrational energies from anyone finger pointing is taken in. We just want to reflect it outwardly so we don't hold it. Beautiful. It's not our job to take on other people's opinions, to explain them back to them. That is their job and their duty. Our job and our duty is to understand who we are as sovereign beings, to understand what our walk and journey is, and to do it freely and confidently without fear and without worry. When we take on other people's energies and emotions, we start to drop into their fear and vibration. It stops us from moving forward freely and confidently into alignment with our walk. They just want you to remind you of those things so that way when you are moving through the journey, you are not hindered or stuck because of someone else's lower vibrational energy, that you can overcome it and move through it and see the patterns and the lessons that are needed in those spaces. So in this space, when I've got my eyes closed, I'm actually envisioning the bodies of you all, and I'm wrapping the energy around you and clearing away what needs to be cleared. So that's how I visualize when I'm doing my meditations. I visualize the body, I wrap the energy around. If I'm using symbols, so I use a lot of Reiki symbols with a lot of the personal healing that I share. So inside of when I'm doing those clearings, I'm creating the symbols and things like that to bring into our awareness to make sure that our fields are protected and safe. So that's just a little bit of what I add into what I do, because I have the awareness and I have the tools. Your intention is everything. I have done a lot of spiritual research over the years with this sort of stuff, and something that I am shown time and time again, it doesn't matter where you sit on your views of religious beliefs, intention and prayer is the biggest thing that you can do for your energetic field. And I've watched, satanic people talk about this, and they say often they can't penetrate those protection bubbles. They see it as a dome grid above our energy fields. So it does work. There's a reason why we create intentions. So that way you are putting your best foot forward. You're not allowing influence to change your direction. You're staying in alignment with your heart. When you put that intention in, it brings more awareness into those areas when people are projecting or bringing in negative energies. You feel it straight away, and then you can use your own discernment, so your own intuition, to make a better change. It is always that very first voice that we talk about in self-love. It is not the second, third, fourth, or fifth. That is your ego. So if you're ever wondering how to create settings or intentions and all of the things, it's the very first voice you hear. Your spiritual team will not lead you astray. It knows what you need, so listen to it just a little bit. But this is what these practices, I think, are for, to help you tune into those little parts of self. I meditate twice a day, so these are very simple practices for me now. I've been doing them for almost 7 years, which is wild to me to think that I've been doing this consistently for that long. But without these practices, I don't have balance. Without me grounding and releasing what is not mine, I have zero balance. I am a person with PTSD. I am very empathic. I wear everyone's emotions and feelings. And so it's very important for me to be aware of what is not mine and what is mine. So I can move through it, and I can transmute it, and I can help my clients and all the things, right? But these little practices will help you get there. Same as it did for me. We all have the gift. This is the best part. No one is exempt. Some of us have a few more than others, that is all, but we all have our own unique gift, and we all talk to spirit in our own beautiful ways. So don't ever lose that connection, and just trust. Trust. And when everything in your life feels like it's fallen apart, come back to trusting. It does not lead you wrong. All right, guys, have the most blessed day. Sorry about the ramblings this morning, but obviously needed.